Let's go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from Pro Wrestling Mid-America. We are at the Kiel Auditorium in St. Louis, Missouri tonight with plenty of exciting action. Referee Slim Jim 1973 is here. First in line at the turnstile is he. So welcome to tonight's broadcast. Neil Lau coming in, the number one fan of the Heartland. We've got a big show tonight, including a Butcher Legacy Championship main event as announced. Bob Orton Sr., the Butcher Legacy champion, facing his biggest test to date, and by biggest I do mean biggest. Andre the Giant has come calling to see if he can wrest the Butcher Legacy Championship away from Bob Orton Sr. That will be tonight's main event. Also tonight, the Tag Team Championship for PWMA is on the line as the British Bulldogs challenge the reigning champions Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens. Now, before we came to air, there was a surprise to open the show, the return to Pro Wrestling Mid-America of the one and only Kevin Steen. Steen, always a very polarizing figure in Pro Wrestling Mid-America, and he came out tonight and immediately took the microphone and called out the Reckoning Crew. The Reckoning Crew, of course, a popular new faction formed here in PWA under the leadership of John Layfield. Many of these men are former members of the Whatever We Want faction, as Steen was also previously a part of that faction, and Steen didn't mince any words here tonight. He called Terry Funk scum. He called Arn Anderson a scam artist. He called JBL a phony. And he saved the worst of his diatribe for the current Lone Star Heavyweight Champion and Reckoning Crew member Tim Storm, calling Tim Storm a paper champion and vowing to take the Lone Star Championship away from Tim Storm. Well, John Layfield wasn't going to hear any of that, and a grudge match has been scheduled. John Layfield against Kevin Steen 2 weeks from tonight at the August pay-per-view Into the Fire in Memphis, as we will see Steen take on JBL in his return to Pro Wrestling Mid-America. Also to kick off the show, Shane Douglas took on Diamond Dallas Page, and it was Shane Douglas getting the win over DDP by way of a sunset flip. Jimmy Hart's tag team of Stan Hansen and Ole Anderson fought a tough battle, surprisingly tough battle against the team of Doug Summers and Playboy Buddy Rose before Hansen took the pinfall on Summers with a slingshot elbow drop. A megaphone shot from Jimmy Hart, instrumental in that victory for his men. And just before we came to action, another fine battle pitted the Junkyard Dog against the Iron Sheik. And the very popular Junkyard Dog picked up the win over the Sheik, pinning the Sheik after a series of crawling headbutts. And that brings us to tonight's action. Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is scheduled for one fall, with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. This is a tag team match. Introducing first, team number one. From the Republic of Germany, he stands at 6'3" and weighs 283 pounds. This is Baron von Raschke. And his partner hails from Seattle, Washington, standing at 6 foot even, weighing 248 pounds, Greg the Hammer Valentine. So Von Raschke and Valentine coming out for action in tonight's opening televised match in tag team competition against their opponents. from the City of Angels at a total combined weight of 442 pounds. It is the Fantastics, Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. So the fans here in St. Louis, very enthusiastic to receive the Fantastics, a very popular team. A couple of handsome and high-flying young fellows to take on the much less handsome and much less high-flying team of Von Raschke and Valentine. And as they come out to match, it will be Bobby Fulton taking on Baron Von Raschke to open the contest. And oh my goodness, the opening initiative roll is tied, and that means shenanigans. Brought to you by Bobby Fulton, courtesy of the Face to the Match Highlight Center booklet. And on a roll of 3-2 is the wrestler heavy. Bobby Fulton is not the heavier man. So a nasty blow sparks a free-for-all. 5 minutes of chaos between Bobby Fulton and Baron Von Raschke, as a pre-match brawl breaks out here. And it will be Bobby Fulton winning that brawl against Baron Von Raschke. And on the arena floor, he drops Von Raschke's stomach first across the steel security railing in the pre-match brawl. And that will give the Fantastics the drop as the bell rings and this match is underway. Here's Bobby Fulton with a running knee lift. Baron Von Raschke is down. And immediately it is Raschke trying to get out of the ring. Bobby Fulton not going to let that happen. And instead it is Fulton going to attempt a flying head scissors, a choice F maneuver. And he will need a roll of 8 or lower to hit that. And he does hit the flying head scissors. And Baron Von Raschke is hurt. Fulton is in charge now, and Fulton comes back again with a back body drop. That is missed, as Baron Von Raschke able to dodge the attempted back body drop, and it is Raschke instead with a fingernail rake down the back of Bobby Fulton. And Fulton is dropping to one knee, slowly getting back to his feet. Von Raschke is going to tag in Greg Valentine and see if Valentine can do any better against Bobby Fulton. And Valentine comes out and he attempts a knee smash. That's an agility move, and Bobby Fulton easily gets out of the way of that one. And Fulton comes back now with that same double team back body drop on Greg Valentine, and Valentine now is hurt. Tommy Rogers, now the legal man in the ring. And Tommy Rogers comes out with a double team sit out hip toss on Greg Valentine. They're going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 3. And on a roll of 5, it is Valentine able to kick out. But the speed and the teamwork of the Fantastics has taken control early in this match. And now Rogers goes to the sleeper. Valentine finally drops down and rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor, it is going to be a pure 6 brawl. Rogers, Valentine going at it. Will we see a disqualification here? We will not. Instead, we go to the odd even roll. And on a roll of 4, it is Valentine who wins the brawl on the arena floor. And it is Valentine with an Irish whip sending Tommy Rogers crashing into the steel ring barricade. Rogers coming up gingerly, holding his ribcage as Valentine waits for him in the ring with a big belly-to-back suplex. And Tommy Rogers is down. That's going to be a double team opportunity for Valentine and Von Raschke. And on a roll of 11, that's going to be a botch, as Von Raschke attempts to hold the opponent, as Valentine comes off with a running shoulder tackle, but Tommy Rogers ducks out of the way and a collision takes place. Valentine and Von Raschke slam heads, and Tommy Rogers now is in control. Tommy Rogers with a wishbone stomp on Greg Valentine. Valentine feeling the effects of that one, as Rogers is now going to tag in Bobby Fulton back into this match. And now it is Bobby Fulton with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Valentine, but on a roll of 2. It is a running clothesline that is attempted by Fulton. Fulton misses everything, slams into the turnbuckle, and Valentine rolls him up. We may see a pinfall here, and almost got him. But Bobby Fulton barely able to kick out at the last moment after crashing hard into the turnbuckle. Valentine now is in control. Valentine goes right to the figure 4. The submission roll here would be 6 or lower. Tommy Rogers coming in to make the save, unable to do so. Will we see Bobby Fulton tap out to the figure 4? No, on a roll of 10, Fulton able to make the ropes and force the hold to be broken. So 2 very near disasters there for Bobby Fulton, as Valentine almost pinned him and then almost forced him to submit to the figure 4. Now Von Raschke's coming back into the ring for another attempted double team, and this time they nail Bobby Fulton with a bone-crunching double clothesline. Von Raschke now the legal man in the ring. And he comes with a running knee smash that slams into the side of the head of Bobby Fulton. Fulton slowly getting to his feet. Von Raschke stays on him with an overhead forearm smash. But Fulton blocks that. Fulton blocked the forearm smash, and it is Fulton who is going to come back with a leg drop. And he hits the leg drop, and Baron Von Raschke is hurt. Fulton makes the tag to Tommy Rogers. Tommy Rogers, the fresh man in the ring for the Fantastics, and they're going to go to that double sit-out hip toss that takes Von Raschke over and down to the canvas. Rogers now is going to go back to that same double team move, and this time Von Raschke is down. That makes Bobby Fulton once again the legal man in the ring, and now it is Fulton with a big high drop kick that stuns the Baron. Baron slowly getting to his feet. Fulton stays on him. Fulton now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Baron Von Raschke, and on a roll of 7, that is a big back body drop executed by Fulton that sends Von Raschke crashing to the canvas. Fulton now comes at him again, going to try that flying head scissors move. He'll need a roll of 8 or lower to hit that. He got him up, over, and down to the canvas. Von Raschke just starting to get to his feet. Here comes Tommy Rogers, double team opportunity for the Fantastics, and they nail a bone-crunching double clothesline on Von Raschke. Von Raschke is down. Tommy Rogers now the legal man in control, and they are going to go for their tag team maneuver, the press slam into a big body splash. This is a +1 finish. The pin roll here is 4, and on a roll of 7, Von Raschke able to kick out. Bobby Fulton now once again the legal man in the ring after the double team, and he's going to hit a cross body block. Von Raschke slowly getting to his feet. Fulton stays on him now with a running knee lift. Von Raschke is going to attempt a tag, and he is able to tag in Greg the Hammer Valentine. Valentine now coming into the ring to deal with Bobby Fulton. Valentine now going for a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bobby Fulton, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick by Greg Valentine that stuns Bobby Fulton. Valentine, a rugged competitor, and now a big shoulder breaker puts Bobby Fulton down onto the canvas. Fulton desperately trying to make a tag, unable to get there. Valentine still in control, and he is going to go for a throat drop on the ropes. This is a choice D maneuver. Choice D, he will need 11 or lower to complete this move. And sure enough, he does. And Fulton now is slowly getting to his feet. Valentine still in control. And Valentine now with a series of nasty chops. Oh, he got all of that one. Fulton back down to the mat again. He is hurting. And Valentine now is going to go up for a death jump. I don't know about the wisdom of this move, but he is going to go up and give it a try. And on a roll of 6, Valentine indeed able to hit a double axe handle blow off the top turnbuckle as Fulton was slow to get to his feet. Fulton is once again down. Here comes Von Raschke, another double team attempt coming up. And this time it is a running forearm smash delivered by the Baron that puts Bobby Fulton back on the defensive. Von Raschke now coming with a, thought about a whip to the ropes, thought better of it. And instead he is going to just grab a headlock on Fulton and a thrust to the throat. Fulton stunned by that move. They come together in the center of the ring, and it is Fulton attempting an arm drag that is blocked by the Baron. And instead, it is the Baron attempting a fireman's carry, and that is blocked by Bobby Fulton. Fulton using his speed, and now a big right-hand punch by Fulton stuns the Baron. Fulton making the tag back to Tommy Rogers. Very good back and forth tag team action here in tonight's opening televised contest. As now they're going to go back to that double sit-out hip toss. And Von Raschke is going to roll out of the ring and down to the arena floor. On the arena floor, on a roll of 10, the opponent comes out of the ring and tries to hit you. So Tommy Rogers has gone the foreign object route, and he's going to try and drive Von Raschke into the ring steps. Will he be disqualified for that? He will not, and he slams Von Raschke into those ring steps. Von Raschke hurting. Sleeper hold applied. The Baron gets back into the ring, fighting off the effects of the sleeper. Tommy stays on him, and now tries a monkey flip, and that is dodged by the Baron. Baron has twice been able to dodge those moves, and it is the Baron who comes back with an attempted fireman's carry, and that gets him nothing. Couple of reversals there by both men. Now Rogers back in control, and he nails the Baron with a big drop kick. High drop kick, beautifully executed by Tommy Rogers. And now it is Tommy with a whip to the turnbuckle. And as Baron comes off the turnbuckle, it is a big kick from Tommy that stuns the Baron. Tommy comes back now with another big drop kick, and again, the Baron is leaving the ring, and this time it is the Baron who's going to win the brawl on the arena floor with a big body slam onto the concrete. And it is Tommy who is hurt. Baron is going to go now for a strenuous rear chin lock. This isn't just your garden variety chin lock. This is a strenuous rear chin lock applied by the Baron. Baron now going to work that chin lock in deep and follow that up with a series of hammering punches. In comes Valentine for a double team, and they are going to execute another deadly elbow smash. Valentine now the legal man in the ring against Tommy Rogers, and he goes with another brutal shoulder breaker. Rogers tries to get to his feet. Valentine stays on him with more of those nasty chops, and Tommy Rogers has had enough. Tommy Rogers fires back and takes Valentine down with a double leg and hits him again with that wishbone stomp. Valentine viciously protesting that, and finally able to make the tag back to the Baron. Baron comes in with another attempt at a fireman's carry. Rogers able to avoid that, and it is Rogers who comes back with the monkey flip. The double monkey flip on both men, and both men are down. Bobby Fulton now, legal man in the ring against the Baron, comes at him with that flying head scissors, and he got him down. And Baron not able to make the tag, so he is going to leave the ring again. And once again, this time it is Bobby Fulton who wins the brawl on the arena floor. And DDTs the Baron onto the concrete. Baron is down. Bobby Fulton now with a cross body block. The Baron is still down, and here comes Tommy Rogers for a double team, and they are going to deliver a bone-crunching double clothesline that stuns Baron Von Raschke. And now they are going back to that double monkey flip, and the Baron is still down. Rogers stays on him now with a double sit-out hip toss, and he remains down. Another double team opportunity for the Fantastics, but this time it is a botch. A collision between Rogers and Fulton is going to give Baron Von Raschke an opportunity to roll up Tommy Rogers, and on a roll of 8, Tommy able to kick out But the Baron took advantage of the opportunity there. He's got Tommy Rogers in trouble here. A big running knee smash has stunned Tommy Rogers. Baron comes back at him with a series of hammering punches. And now a double team for Von Raschke and Valentine, and that's a botch. As Rogers ducks out of the way of that one, and he comes back on Baron Von Raschke with an atomic roll-up. An atomic drop. And Von Raschke, both men now are down. Both men slowly getting to their feet. It is Baron who gets the drop, but Tommy Rogers is a step quicker, and it is Rogers with a big drop kick that stuns the Baron. Rogers follows that up with another big drop kick. The Baron now is down. Can Rogers hit a finisher here? He hits the fantastic flip. The pin roll here is 4, and on a roll of 7, Von Raschke kicks out. Double team opportunity now for the Fantastics, and they hit a bone-crunching double clothesline. Fulton now the legal man in the ring. Fulton with a big cross body block. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 5, and he may get him. And Valentine just makes the save at the last possible moment. So Baron Von Raschke, oops, I put the fatigue on the wrong guy there. Von Raschke takes the point of fatigue. Great match, a lot of back and forth here. And it is now Bobby Fulton, the legal man in the ring. And now they're going to hit the rocket launcher. This is a +2 move. The pin roll here, 8 or lower. Can Valentine make the save? Yes, he does. And in fact, we're going to the wrestler interference chart on this one. What is going to happen here? We go to the interference chart, and on a roll of 10, it is a 4-way brawl in the ring. It is Fulton who wins the brawl and rolls up Baron Von Raschke. The pin roll now is 6, and on a roll of 10, Von Raschke once again able to kick out. My goodness, the Baron showing all kinds of resiliency here. Double team opportunity for the Fantastics. They hit a double face first suplex. Again, they go for the cover, and this time they got him. Wow, great matchup there as the Fantastics get the win. Tommy Rogers getting the pinfall on Baron Von Raschke after a face first double suplex. Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton are your winners. With the double face first suplex. So congratulations to the Fantastics, and a delightful response from the crowd here in St. Louis as these handsome and popular young men have gained the victory. All right, got some action in the chat room there while I was narrating that match. Let's see what's going on. Neely Bob comes in. Dave Gardner videos. Keep it fair, keep it fair. Always, always it's fair. This is Heartland Championship Wrestling. There would never be any sort of shenanigans taking place in the Dave Cave. Neely Bob, Ken Patera joins the posse as the new Intercontinental Champion. Congratulations to him, picking up the vacant title after the injury suffered by Cibernetico, as announced on the Heartland highlight reel earlier this week. And we're also joined by Jay Randus and Derek Bauman 802. So a good crowd here tonight in the Dave Cave. Tonight's opening tag team match was certainly an exciting one. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, it is singles competition. Because we like to mingle, as the immortal Dave Gardner would say. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. As Captain Carl 8230 joins us. Welcome to you, my friend Bobby. Great to have you here tonight. This match is a standard singles match. Disqualification rules in effect. Introducing first from Plainview, Long Island, New York. He stands at 5'11" and weighs 215 pounds. This is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. And gosh, if you're not a fan of AEW, this guy may be the most entertaining guy in wrestling today. MJF is just second to none in terms of his ability to work the mic and to work the crowd. Very good in-ring performer. Nothing but respect for MJF. But his opponent is indeed a beast out of Coldwater, Michigan. Standing at 6'2", weighing 251 pounds, this is Dan Severn. So Dan Severn, MJF, set to do battle here in St. Louis in our opening singles matchup of the evening. And it will be Maxwell, MJF, taking the opening initiative role. MJF comes out with an arm senton, taking Severn down to the canvas. And MJF now goes right back to the here it is driver. And that is going to send Severn down and out of the ring and down to the arena floor. On the arena floor, it is going to be Severn who takes advantage of the battle and drop kicks Maxwell Jacob Friedman over the security railing. MJF not being greeted well by the St. Louis fans as he tries to climb back into the ring. And now it is Severn, the Beast, in control with a bow and arrow submission type hold. Severn maintaining the hold and now working that up into a belly-to-belly throw, and down to the canvas goes MJF. He is down. Severn now stays on him. Back to the bow and arrow. Severn working another submission hold. MJF trying to get back to his feet. Severn stays on him now. Thought about a whip to the ropes. Instead, he is going to lock up and send MJF into the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes MJF, and on a roll of 10, that is MJF bouncing forward off of the turnbuckle and into an incredible neck-breaking clothesline. He is down. Severn got all of that one, and he now is going to go back to that bow and arrow submission hold. MJF getting back up to one knee, fighting his way out of the submission, and now another big fireman's carry slam puts MJF back onto the canvas. And it looks like Severn's just doing pretty much everything he wants to MJF in the early stages of this one. And now he is going to attempt a gut-wrench suplex. This is a choice F maneuver, choice F. So he will need a roll of 9 or lower to complete the gut-wrench suplex. And on a roll of 7, he got him down to the canvas hard. Once again, MJF is down and stays down. And now it is going to be Dan Severn with a choice G maneuver. He can either do a death jump or a power move. He's going to go to the power move. Severn, not the death jump kind of guy. He's going to go for a shoulder slam. He'll need 10 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 8, he hits the shoulder slam. And MJF is hurt. Severn staying on the offensive, going to try that gut wrench again. This time MJF able to dodge the gut wrench suplex, and it is MJF going to attempt a moonsault. He will need 8 or lower to hit that, and on a roll of 10, Dan Severn gets out of the way. So even when MJF finds an opening, Severn has the counter. Severn back in control, and another big fireman carry slam takes MJF back down to the canvas. And boy, for all of his bluster, MJF really seems to be getting frustrated in this one, as Severn pulls him up off of the mat and whips him once again toward the turnbuckle. But this time it is MJF lifting a knee to the head of Dan Severn and stunning Severn. MJF finally a chance to go on the offensive here. A hammerlock powerbomb puts Severn down. Severn, both men getting back to their feet. MJF now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Severn. And on a roll of 2, Snake Eyes. That is an attempted sunset flip by MJF. Severn caught him, rolls him up in an inside cradle. and only gets a 1 count as MJF able to escape. But once again, Dan Severn took advantage of the opportunity, and now he's going to go to the armbar. Armbar applied. Will MJF submit here? He will not. But Severn working the arm now, getting those submission moves in place. And now it is a big German suplex delivered by Severn. Severn has been firmly in control for probably a good 80% of this match. And now another fireman's carry slam by Severn puts MJF back on the canvas. And now what's he going to do? Another big German suplex, and MJF rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. To the arena floor we go, but on a roll of 7, it is going to be Severn winning the brawl on the arena floor and slamming the head of MJF into the ring post. I'm not sure what the ring post did to deserve that, but Severn is back in control. Another big German suplex in the ring. MJF is down once again, and now he's going to go back to that shoulder slam, and he completes the shoulder slam. And now he's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 5. And on a roll of snake eyes, he got him. Very impressive performance here tonight by Dan Severn. He was in control of that one from the beginning. And finally got the pinfall with a shoulder slam, sending MJF home disappointed. As Severn will go to the pay window and collect the winner's share of tonight's check. All right, so Dan Severn, congratulations to him on a big victory. Catching up in the chat room. Neely Bob, when did you post the results with Patera winning the IC title on the Filsinger Games Group? Okay, we'll all have to go to the Filsinger Games Group. Check out card 356 as Ken Patera, the Olympic strongman, your new Intercontinental Champion in Velvet Wrestling. All right, 2 matches down, 2 more to go here tonight as we have a title match coming up here. 2 title matches. First, we will have the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. This is for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers. At a total combined weight of 469 pounds. First, from Manchester, England, the Dynamite Kid. And his tag team partner from Leeds, England, Davey Boy Smith, collectively known as the British Bulldogs. And their opponents are your reigning and defending Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Champions. Out of California, first, from San Francisco, weighing 5'10", 230 pounds, this is the crippler Ray Stevens. And his tag team partner from Beverly Hills, standing at 6'1", weighing 245 pounds, this is Nick Bockwinkel. All right, tag team championship match here. We'll get our championship dice in play. The silver and gold. And as we get things started, it will be Nick Bockwinkel starting things off against Davey Boy Smith in this one. Should be a terrific tag team match between these 4 men, as it will be Davey Boy Smith on the initiative to start the match. He comes out and catches Bockwinkel in a side headlock. Maybe not his best move. Bockwinkel, the consummate grappler, and Bockwinkel quickly reverses that into a single leg takedown and a butt drop to the leg, working the legs of Davey Boy, and Davey Boy is hurt. Bockwinkel now in control, going for a drop toe hold. Davey Boy Smith able to roll free of that one, and as they come together, Davey catches Bockwinkel with a forearm smash that stuns the champion. Davey Boy now on the offense, tries a running drop kick and hits Bockwinkel squarely in the chest. And Davey Boy quickly going to follow that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Nick Bockwinkel, but on a roll of 6, it is Bockwinkel who lifts a knee to the head of Davy Boy, and Davy Boy now is stunned. Bockwinkel on the offensive with a big back suplex, planting Davy Boy into the mat. Bockwinkel's going to follow that up with another butt drop to the leg, and Davy Boy starting to show some discomfort in that leg, favoring that leg now after 3 different attacks to the left knee delivered by Bockwinkel. What's Bockwinkel going to do here? He is going to pitch Davy Boy out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Both these men are B-rated brawlers. And it will be Nick Bockwinkel winning the brawl on the arena floor and slamming the head of Davy Boy into the ring apron. As referee James Lawrence III, a.k.a. Slim Jim, will tell you, the ring apron is the hardest part of the ring. Davy Boy feeling the effects of that. And now for the first time, we're going to see Ray Stevens in the ring as the champions have the opportunity for a double team. And on a roll of 5, it is a devastating double team move delivered by Stevens and Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel holding the leg as Stevens comes off the top rope and slams his knee into the injured leg of Davy Boy Smith. That's going to cost Davy Boy a point of fatigue, and he's really feeling that left leg now. And Stevens with a chance to do some damage. He is going to, instead of doing some damage, he is just going to bite the face of Davy Boy Smith. I don't know what that is all about. Mind games being played here by Ray Stevens. And Davy Boy is going to fire back with an attempt at an arm drag blocked by Ray Stevens. And Stevens now, what's he going to do? A big body slam again. Puts Davy Boy down onto the mat. Davy Boy down once again, favoring that left leg. And Stevens now is going to go for a crippling pile driver. This is a 0 finisher. The pin roll here is 4, and on a roll of 8, Davy Boy able to kick out. But Stevens doing damage now, and Davy Boy badly favoring that left knee. And now the crippling pile driver again. This time the pin roll is 5. Davy Boy again kicking out, but he is in trouble here. And it is going to be another double team opportunity for the champions. And on a roll of 5, it is another big knee drop double team to the knee of Davy Boy. Davy Boy is hurting. Nick Bockwinkel now the legal man in the ring. Dynamite Kid is going to come and try and attempt a rescue for his partner. But on a roll of 8, that is going to be the referee putting Dynamite Kid out of the ring. Davy Boy able to get a little bit of his wind back as a result of the distraction. But the save attempt unsuccessful. Bockwinkel still on the offensive. And Bockwinkel now going to attempt a choice C maneuver. He can either hit a moonsault level 3 on 5 or lower, or a power move of 6 or lower. And he is not able to connect on that attempted dropkick. And Davy Boy now with a chance. He hits a falling power slam on Bockwinkel. He goes for the quick cover, but Bockwinkel easily kicks out. That there really wasn't much likelihood of a pinfall there, but that gives Davy Boy the opportunity to tag in Dynamite Kid for the first time. Dynamite Kid hits the ring, fists and fire. He immediately goes to a diving headbutt. This is a +2 finisher, and Bockwinkel able to kick out. Dynamite Kid still in control. Dynamite Kid with a big superplex. And Bockwinkel is going to leave the ring and head down to the arena floor for a respite. Dynamite Kid stays on him, but on a roll of 5, it is Bockwinkel winning the brawl on the arena floor and dropping Dynamite Kid throat first onto the steel security railing. Bockwinkel now in control, and he is going to go up for a death jump. Death jump to be attempted here by Bockwinkel. And on a roll of 4, that was a bad idea. Dynamite Kid catches him and throws him down to the canvas. Nick Bockwinkel now is down. Dynamite Kid with a chance to do some damage. He's going to pitch Bockwinkel out of the ring once again. And on the arena floor this time, it is Dynamite Kid taking it to Nick Bockwinkel with the ring bell. Dynamite Kid risking disqualification. He will not be disqualified here. And back in the ring now, it is the diving headbutt once again. Ray Stevens is going to come in and attempts the pin save and is able to make the pin save on a roll of 11. That is going to be all 4 men in the ring brawling it out. We will not see a double disqualification. The referee is going to let them fight. And on a roll of 5, it is Dynamite Kid who wins the brawl. And Dynamite Kid now is going to pitch Bockwinkel out of the ring yet again. And now we're going to see Bockwinkel with some shenanigans on the arena floor. What is Nick Bockwinkel going to do? He's going to do whatever it takes to save these titles. And on a roll of 8, it is going to be Bockwinkel deploying a foreign object of his own. He's got the ring cable, and he is going to try and tie up Dynamite Kid with that ring cable. But Dynamite Kid prevents that from happening. And Dynamite Kid now whips Nick Bockwinkel with that cabling. That radio cable is now a weapon for the Dynamite Kid as he puts a whipping on Nick Bockwinkel. Back to the ring we go. Dynamite Kid back in control with another big superplex. Bockwinkel going to try and make the tag, unable to do so. He's in big trouble here. Dynamite Kid still going it alone as Davey Boy Smith favoring that injured knee. And now it is Dynamite attempting a tombstone pile driver. This is a choice D maneuver. He will need 9 or lower to hit the tombstone pile driver, and Nick Bockwinkel is able to avoid that. Nick Bockwinkel powers his way out of the tombstone pile driver, and a butt drop to the leg attempted by Bockwinkel. Dynamite Kid fires right back with a forearm slug. And Bockwinkel comes right back at him with a Boston Crab. Wow, he rolled him over into the Boston Crab pretty much out of nowhere. Dynamite Kid hit him with a forearm. Bockwinkel went to the single leg takedown immediately into the Boston Crab. Very nice reversal there by Bockwinkel. And now Bockwinkel makes the tag and brings Ray Stevens into the match as the legal man. Outstanding match between two outstanding teams. And here is Ray Stevens with a giant swing, dumping Dynamite Kid down to the canvas. Ray Stevens hits the giant swing a second time. Dynamite Kid rolls over and gets to his feet. They come together again in the center of the ring, and now it is Davey Boy coming into the ring for a double shoulder block. Davey now the legal man in the ring, and Davey coming after him with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Ray Stevens, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by Davey Boy that stuns Ray Stevens. Davey Boy follows that up with a running drop kick, and Ray Stevens able to make the tag into Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel and Davey Boy now in the ring, and it's Bockwinkel with a forearm smash. Davey Boy Smith firing back with a big vertical suplex. Bockwinkel going to hit the canvas hard, attempt to make the tag, unable to get there. Davey Boy does make the tag to Dynamite Kid, the fresh man, in the ring, and it's out of the ring we go again. Bockwinkel and Dynamite on the arena floor battling it out. And this time on a roll of 10, it is Dynamite Kid, who is again going to go to some nefarious tactics on the arena floor, risking disqualification. This time he's got a baseball bat. Where the heck did he get that? But he nails Bockwinkel with the baseball bat, and Bockwinkel is now in bad shape as they come back into the center of the ring. Dynamite Kid going to try that tombstone pile driver again, and this time he got all of it. Bockwinkel dragging himself up to his knees. Dynamite Kid stays on him. Falling headbutt misses. Bockwinkel now back in control. Bockwinkel with a snapmare that takes Dynamite over to the canvas, and it is Bockwinkel able to make the tag back to Ray Stevens. Once again, the fresh men are in the ring, and here is Ray Stevens coming with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Dynamite Kid. Ray Stevens caught him with a big kick, and Stevens maintaining the offense with a big jumping knee smash that nails Dynamite Kid. Dynamite Kid is staggered. Stevens comes at him again with a giant swing, and Dynamite Kid is still down. Double team opportunity for the champions. delivering a deadly elbow smash. Nick Bockwinkel now in the ring and in control. Nick Bockwinkel coming with a big drop kick. He is going to need a roll of 7 or lower to hit that, and he nails the big drop kick. And Dynamite Kid is stunned. Bockwinkel stays on him. Thought about a whip to the ropes. Instead, he's going to tag Ray Stevens back into the ring. And it is Stevens coming in with a big knee left. Dynamite Kid is staggered. He fires back, and Dynamite Kid catches Stevens. Gut-wrench suplex over and down to the canvas. Both men are down. They get to their feet, and Dynamite Kid nails Stevens with a running drop kick that stuns Ray Stevens. Stevens makes the tag back to Nick Bockwinkel. The match continues. Bockwinkel comes in with an arm bar. Dynamite Kid works his way free of the arm bar with a big snap suplex that takes Bockwinkel down. Dynamite Kid working largely on his own. Here is a knee drop. And he rolls out, Bockwinkel rolls out of the way of the knee drop and comes back in and snags Dynamite Kid into an abdominal stretch. That should slow things down for the champions. Bockwinkel working that abdominal stretch. He's going to tag Stevens back into the ring. And now Stevens comes in and hits another big jumping knee smash onto the Dynamite Kid. Stevens goes for the cover, and Dynamite Kid kicks out. Stevens now in control. And now it is going to be the face bite once again onto the Dynamite Kid. I don't know what Stevens is doing with this biting of the face when he really should be hitting more aggressive moves off of that level 3. And now he is going to go for a running lariat. And he misses on the running lariat. Dynamite Kid ducks that and comes back with a big drop kick that stuns Ray Stevens. Dynamite Kid now in control. A gut-wrench suplex takes Stevens down. Dynamite Kid follows that up now with a falling headbutt. Can Stevens make the tag? No, he cannot. It's a double team opportunity for the Bulldogs, and they're going to go for broke. And on a roll of 5, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline delivered by Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy. Davey Boy now your legal man in the ring. Davey Boy with a chance to hit the double headbutt, and that is an add 1 maneuver. So Ray Stevens absorbs a point of fatigue. That's also a tag maneuver, which makes Dynamite Kid once again your legal man in the ring. Dynamite Kid going to go for that crippling pile driver, that tombstone pile driver. This is a choice D maneuver, so he will need 9 or lower to hit that, and on a roll of 5, he got it. And Ray Stevens is down, attempting to make a tag, unable to do so. Dynamite Kid now is going to go up for the death jump. Death jump to be attempted here by the Kid, and on a roll of 8, Dynamite Kid hits a missile dropkick off of the top rope, and Stevens is down once again. Dynamite Kid now going for that tombstone pile driver again, and again he hits it. And that is going to open up a double team opportunity for the Bulldogs. As Dynamite Kid made the quick cover, Stevens kicks out, and now Davey Boy is in the ring, and on a roll of 5, it is a devastating double team move executed by the Bulldogs. That's going to cost Stevens another point of fatigue. Dynamite Kid tags into to Davey Boy. Nick Bockwinkel now is going to have to do something. He attempts an interference, and on a roll of 3, this is going to be good for the champions. You stun the opponent, but the referee refuses to count a pin. So Davey Boy was going for a move. Nick Bockwinkel from the outside of the ring hit Davey Boy across the back of the head. Stevens covered him. The referee refused to count the pinfall, but Davey Boy now is stunned. And Ray Stevens with a chance to seal the deal here. He is going to go for a death jump of his own. But on a roll of 2, what is going to happen here? That is the ref bump. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has been knocked out of commission. The referee is out of commission now for 6 moves. and it will be Davey Boy Smith taking control. And Davey Boy pitching Ray Stevens out of the ring. What's going to happen here? On a roll of 11, it is a foreign object coming into play once again as Davey Boy Smith picks up, wraps some athletic tape around the neck of Ray Stevens. But there's no referee to prevent that and no referee to count the pinfall. And let's see, on A11, that does not involve a point of fatigue with the athletic tape. But now we've got shenanigans happening on the arena floor with Davey Boy Smith. What's Davey Boy going to do? He's going to attempt to set up a table on the arena floor. And the table has been set up on the arena floor. It is gut check time for both men, and there's no referee to do anything about it. And it is Ray Stevens who wins the gut check roll, and he backdrops Davey Boy Smith through the ringside table. Davey Boy Smith now is down. Will he be able to continue? He will not be able to continue. He is hurt. But the referee is down. There's no count out. And now it's going to be Dynamite Kid taking on both men by himself on the arena floor. And it is Dynamite Kid taking a beating from both men. Referee is finally awake. The Dynamite Kid took a beating on the arena floor. Davey Boy Smith out of commission. Ray Stevens in the ring against Dynamite Kid. Biting the face again. Here comes a double team for the champions. And they have hit a bone-crunching double clothesline on the Dynamite Kid. The referee putting Ray Stevens out of the ring. Nick Bockwinkel in control. And Bockwinkel now choking his man on the ropes. Referee puts the count on him. Dynamite Kid is hurting. And now it is Nick Bockwinkel taking him down with a snapmare. Dynamite Kid gets back to his feet, hits a gut wrench suplex and goes for the cover, and Bockwinkel is able to kick out. But Dynamite Kid digging deep, trying to get everything he can out of this. Out of the ring we go again. Bockwinkel on the arena floor, and it is Dynamite Kid winning the brawl on the arena floor and driving the back of Nick Bockwinkel into the ring apron. Back to the ring we go. And it is Dynamite Kid attempting a tombstone pile driver. This is a choice D maneuver. He'll need 9 or lower to hit that. On Snake Eyes, he got it. And Bockwinkel rolls out of the ring once again. And this time on the arena floor, it's going to be Ray Stevens getting involved. Shenanigans on the arena floor once again. What is Ray Stevens going to do? Ray Stevens on the arena floor is going with the interference. And now both men are pummeling Dynamite Kid on the arena floor. Will the referee call for the bell? He will. We have a disqualification for double teaming. But Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens have managed to hold on to the tag team championships after an unbelievable match with the British Bulldogs. What a tag team match we saw. That match was back and forth, in and out, in the ring, out of the ring, every place. As we have got chaos all over the place. Davey Boy Smith has been put out of commission. Let's see how badly he is injured on a roll of 1 to 20. On a roll of 14, that is going to be a significant injury. We go to the injury table. And we're going to have to knock that up by a level because of the 6 points of fatigue he suffered. So Davey Boy Smith suffering an injury. That is going to be an injury to his leg. His leg was giving him problems from the get-go, and he is going to have suffered a moderate injury. And that will raise all kinds of questions about the tag team title matchup. The British Bulldogs are entitled to a rematch after that count-out that count-out victory, or excuse me, the disqualification victory. There will be a rematch. It will be a no disqualification rematch, but it will also involve Davey Boy Smith going to have to wrestle injured as a result of the events that took place here tonight. All right, in the chat room, Barbara113, welcome to you. Boo to YouTube for not giving me a notification. Well, yeah, that's a bummer, but we're glad you're here. And Clinton Parks 2151 is now on the channel as well as we head to tonight's main event of the evening. And I don't know that things will get any better than the tag team action we just saw between the British Bulldogs and the champions Ray the Crippler Stevens and Nick Bockwinkel. But they're going to run it back, and they'll probably run it back at the pay-per-view in 2 weeks. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your main event of the evening. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit and no disqualification, just the way Kevin Butcher would have wanted it. This is for the Butcher Legacy Championship. Kevin, we think about you every time we break out the Filsinger game cards. And buddy, we miss you in the worst way. Introducing first the challenger. Out of Grenoble, France. Standing at 7 foot 5 inches tall. Weighing 450 pounds. This is the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. His opponent is your reigning and defending Butcher Legacy champion out of Kansas City, Kansas. Standing at 6'4", weighing 254 pounds, this is Bob Orton Sr. So we'll see what Bob Orton can do against the challenge of Andre the Giant here in St. Louis. But the odds are not in his favor. Andre the Giant has come through Velvet Wrestling to make this challenge. It will be Bob Orton starting things off in this match with a series of hard punches and forearms. None of that phases Andre the Giant. And Andre the Giant instead hits a big knee lift. Bob Orton, almost taken off his feet by that knee lift, staggers back. Andre stays on him now and begins to work the arm, cranking the arm of Bob Orton. Orton looking for a counter as the arm crank continues, and now Andre takes him down to one knee. Andre overpowering him, and now Andre hits a big kick, a side kick that knocks Bob Orton over. Orton gamely getting back to his feet. Andre stays on him now, and Andre with a big headbutt that stuns Bob Orton. Bob Orton has been staggered. Andre stays on him with a body scissors and a big lift. High into the air and down to the canvas goes Bob Orton. Orton still getting back to his feet. And now it is Andre with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Bob Orton. And on a roll of 10, it is a big double clothesline. And this is interesting. The wrestler with the better ropes rating recovers first, and that is going to be Bob Orton. Bob Orton gets the first recovery here. Andre the Giant with a rating of C coming off the ropes. Bob Orton now with a chance to do some damage, and he is going to pitch Andre the Giant out of the ring. Yeah, he pitches Andre the Giant out of the ring and down to the arena floor. No, he doesn't. The opponent must have a -3 power rating or better to throw Andre. So Andre the Giant cannot be thrown out of the ring. So instead, Bob Orton will roll up. We'll remember that from here on. He rolls up and just rakes his eye with the forearm. Rake of the eyes by Bob Orton. Andre the Giant is on one knee. Another eye rake with the forearm, and Andre's had about enough of that. Andre instead comes back with a big elbow smash. Bob Orton fires right back and catches takes Andre down to one knee and applies a head scissors and a knee smash into the rib cage. Andre is hurt. Bob Orton on the offense. Now with cannot do the whip to the turnbuckle, so he's going to have to roll up. You can't whip Andre anywhere. And instead he is going to go with a headlock takedown, taking Andre down to one knee. Andre from one knee. Bob Orton stays on him, and now a knee drop. Still can't put Andre down to the canvas. And now a whip to the ropes is a fail, and there's no opportunity to roll up on that. Instead, Andre takes over on level 2 offense and hits another side kick on Bob Orton. Orton tumbles over and down, getting back up to his feet. They come together in the center of the ring, and it is Bob Orton attempting to catch a face lock. Andre the Giant preventing that, and Andre comes back instead with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Andre the Giant, comes Bob Orton, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick from Andre that stuns Bob Orton. Andre now hits another side kick, but didn't get all of it. And Orton is going to come back instead and attempt a full Nelson. That's a power move, and that ain't going to happen. Andre the Giant maintaining control now with another big headbutt. Andre goes for the cover, and on a roll of 4, Orton is able to kick out, but Andre's in control now, and bad things are afoot for Bob Orton, as Andre now pitches Bob Orton out of the ring. Actually, he's not going to pitch Bob Orton out of the ring. He's going to keep action in the ring. Both these men A-rated brawlers. And Andre's got level 3 moves on level 2 offense. So he's just going to roll up and now hit another side kick. And he's going to follow that up with a big bear hug. Orton, trapped in the bear hug, finally makes his way to the ropes. Andre stays on him and hits him with another big side kick. Orton fighting gamely in this match as another body scissors and lift by Andre puts Orton high up into the air. Orton dodges another side kick, but Orton cannot get Andre off his feet, and Andre instead comes back with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Orton, and this time on a roll of 8, it is a big back elbow by Andre that stuns Bob Orton. Another big body scissor lift. Orton coming back for more. And Orton is going to attempt an elbow smash to the face. This is a choice C maneuver. So he can hit this on a roll of 8 or lower. And on a roll of 7, he nailed him right upside the mush. And Andre is stunned. Orton stays on him with a big knee drop. And Andre just gets right back up to his feet. Orton tries again to take him down and is unable to do so. And Andre with another big body scissor lift. Orton still wailing away, tries for the ankle pick, and Andre blocks that. And Andre now instead works on the arm, taking Orton down to one knee. And following that up with another big bear hug that is going to take the wind out of Bob Orton. Bob Orton doing everything he can, but now the turnbuckle squash has Orton trapped and breathless. Andre stays on him with another side kick. Followed up with another big bear hug, but he just cannot take Orton off his feet. Orton giving Andre, if nothing else, a big workout here tonight. And finally, the big bear hug starts to weaken Orton, and he drops to his knees. Andre now in control and is going to go back to a body scissor lift. Followed up with another big turnbuckle squash. Orton still trying to keep his feet. And Andre takes him down with another big turnbuckle squash. And Orton now is down to one knee. And Andre just lifts him up and tosses him back out into the center of the ring. Andre not done yet. Here is a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Orton. And on a roll of 3, it is Andre setting his head too soon. And Bob Orton catches him and dumps him with a DDT onto the canvas. Wow. Good move there by Bob Orton. Can he capitalize? He cannot pitch Andre out of the ring, so instead he is going to go up and just rake the eyes of Andre with a forearm. And Andre gets up to his feet and squashes Bob Orton back into the turnbuckle again. So whatever opportunity at offense from Bob Orton there was short-lived. And now it is the big bear hug. And this time Orton is going to roll out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor it is Bob Orton who is able to duck out of the way of Andre the Giant and backdrop Andre onto the announcer's table. Andre is hurt. Orton now with a chance. He is going to go for a pile driver. The pin roll here is 2. It looked more like a pedigree than a pile driver. But on Snake Eyes, he may get him. He does not. Bob Orton now is in control. And he is going to attempt a flying double axe handle off of the middle rope that stuns Andre. Orton stays on him. A head scissors and a knee smash. Orton comes after him again with a knee drop. He goes for another cover. The pin roll is 1, and 6 isn't going to do it. But Andre now at 2 points of fatigue, and Orton could actually win this thing. Orton stays on him. Another big falling body slam. Actually looked more like a double axe handle across the back. Orton follows that up. Cannot whip his man into the turnbuckle, and instead just pummels Andre with hard punches and forearms. Orton follows that up with another eye rake, and Andre fires back with another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Bob Orton, and again on a roll of 5, it is Orton who ducks the clothesline and takes out the knees of Andre the Giant, and Andre is back down on his knees. What's Orton going to do here? A step over toe hold. That's a brilliant strategy by Bob Orton. But Andre, with his length, is able to reach the ropes. Orton stays on him now, raking the eyes again. And trying to take him down, unable to do so. Andre back on the offensive, catches the bear hug once again. Orton weakening. Another side kick. Catches Orton and drives him to his knees. Andre now with a big turnbuckle squash, and Orton goes down. Can Andre finish him here? He goes for the big body slam. Orton desperately trying to get back to his feet. Andre stays on him. Another turnbuckle squash. Orton rolls out of the ring once again, and now Orton is going to go shenanigans. This is a no disqualification match. Ringside Mayhem brought to you by Bob Orton. It is going to be outside interference. Outside interference happening in this title match. There will be no disqualification. And it is going to be MJF coming out to interfere. MJF getting involved against Andre the Giant on a 2-on-1 attack. Where's my double team chart? It's over here. 2-on-1, Bob Orton and MJF coming at Andre the Giant. And they hit him with a deadly specialty move. MJF just punched Andre the Giant with a foreign object, brass knuckles, used by MJF on Andre the Giant. Bob Orton goes for the cover. The pin roll here would be Snake Eyes, and Andre is able to kick out. Andre the Giant just took a big brass knuckle shot from MJF. He is still down. Can Bob Orton finish him here? He is going to pitch him out of the ring again. Actually, he can't pitch him out of the ring again. Instead, he's got to roll up, and he's going to go back to that step-over toe hold. Andre able to force the break, and now another big knee drop from Orton. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 3, and on a roll of 3, he got him. I don't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, here in St. Louis, Andre the Giant is pinned by Bob Orton but it took the help of outside interference from MJF and the Brass Knuckles. Bob Orton finally gets the win with a knee drop to the back of the head, almost a stomp type of maneuver as Orton drove his knee into the back of the head of Andre the Giant, slamming Andre's face into the canvas. Orton rolls him over and gets the pin. Andre the Giant out cold. He took a brass knuckle shot from MJF, and he took a devastating knee slam into the canvas by Bob Orton. And Bob Orton has successfully defended the Butcher Legacy Championship against Andre the Giant here in St. Louis. I don't believe it. Bear 805 does not believe it. The Velvet Posse is approaching the ring. We may see some shenanigans here as MJF is out. Bob Orton is out. They are staring down the Velvet Posse. Andre the Giant still out cold in the center of the ring. And now here comes Shane Douglas. Here comes Stan Hansen, Ole Anderson, Iron Sheik, everybody coming out, all the heels coming out of the dressing room to confront the Velvet Posse. There will be no shenanigans here as the Posse and all the heels in Pro Wrestling Mid-America are staring each other down. And I don't believe what we just saw here. But that will open things up for a grudge match. And so, yeah, let's do this. Neely Bob, 2 weeks from tonight, we have a pay-per-view. And you can choose any member of the Velvet Posse to come to the Heartland pay-per-view and have a one-on-one grudge match against MJF. And you can pick your own stipulation, steel cage, specialty match, whatever stipulation you want to choose. It will be a member of the Velvet Posse against MJF in a grudge match at the End of the Fire pay-per-view in 2 weeks. All right, gosh, what a night we have just seen. A sensational tag team title match ending in disqualification. More controversy in the main event as Andre the Giant is knocked out cold by MJF and Bob Orton. Shenanigans afoot here in St. Louis. Thank you one and all for joining us. A lumberjack match. That's a great idea. Yeah, great idea. So name your lumberjacks, name your competitor, and we will get it on in Memphis in 2 weeks. MJF in a lumberjack match against a member of the Velvet Posse. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking us out here tonight. Neely Bob, Bear 805, Christopher Baker, Barbara, Clinton Parks 2151, Captain Carl 8230. Who else was here earlier? Jay Randis was here. Dave Gardner here earlier tonight. Derek Bauman. Referee Slim Jim 1973. I believe that covers everybody. Have a good evening indeed, one and all. That is our show, and I am out of here.